I was asked to do a video on how I do my dandelions. So I'm going to show you. It's very simple. I just bring me a bowl and I snap off the dandelion like this. And I just fill my bowl up. I walk my yard. I don't dig the root up because I want them to come back. You can use the root and leaves, but I just choose to use the dandelions, the flower of it. So I've got probably 100 of the tops in there, and I leave quite a bit for the bees. They're out now collecting their nectar off the flowers, and they need these. And we need the bees. It's a little windy out here, so I hope you can hear me. When I'm done picking them, I take and sit down here and I cut the stems off of them. And then I put them in a bowl. When I'm done cutting the stems off of them, I dry them for about 24 hours, lay them out on a paper towel. I'll show you what that looks like in a picture. And then once they're dry, I'll steep them, infuse them in some olive oil and some coconut oil and some grapeseed oil. And while I was out here in my yard picking my dandelions, I got 2 ticks on me. So this year apparently might be bad for ticks. I'm gonna have to get some DE out here and treat my yard. Yeah, I live in the woods and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute, but we shouldn't have ticks like that to where I'm just out in the yard and 2 of them gets on me. Not right now. I mean, yeah, they're out, they're doing their thing, but normally we don't get ticks on us at this time of year. But it is 70 degrees today and it's absolutely beautiful. And what you want is you want them loose, like this. If you don't do this and you lay them out to dry, what's going to happen is the green, almost dropped my bowl, the green stem is going to fold up and it's going to make it, and they won't be able to dry because they're going to be like this. This is one that's already began to close up, and that's why you cut the stems off. And this is what it looks like when I got the stems cut off. And I leave some of the green in because I'm not particular. Now, if I was going to be making jelly or tea out of this, then I would make sure all the green is out of it because I'm told that can be a little bitter. But I'm not. I'm making hand cream. So the green in there is perfectly fine. I lay them out on a paper towel, and these are going to shrink up, so I'm going to come back every 4 or 5 hours and move them around, and they will eventually dry by, say, 24 hours. And you want to put them in a place where there's no wind, so because the wind will come through and pick them up and they'll be everywhere. It's been 24 hours, and I'm going to put my coconut oil in here. Got it in my little crock pot. I've got it turned on low. And I'm going to let it liquefy. And I'm going to put my grapeseed oil in. Grapeseed oil is a great oil because it is very light in texture. And my olive oil in. And I'm going to let that liquefy, and I'm going to put my dandelions in there. It's pretty much melted, so I'm going to add the dandelions. These are dry. The moisture is gone. And that's what you want. That's why you dry them. Because you don't want any moisture in your oil. Moisture goes rancid. And when you make creams, if there's moisture in it, it'll make your creams go rancid. And you don't want them going rancid on you. You want them to work. And all I do is stir it up and let it sit for 4 hours. I'll come back and stir it maybe twice in between. After it's infused for 4 hours, I take and I use a wide mouth mason jar with a strainer. And all I do is pour it in. A little at a time. And then I take my spoon and I get in there and get all the oil out of the dandelion flowers. Then I take the wide mouth. It works better this way for me. And I pour it into a regular mouth mason jar. And I let that cool. Once it's cooled, I put the lid on it, and I've already marked the lid with what it is. I let it cool down because I don't want any moisture, and the heat will cause moisture in it if I put the lid on it right now. And there you have it. It's quite simple to make. Biggest part is getting the dandelion flowers off of the stems and letting them dry.